Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Marauders at Midnight. I'm Isabella,
And I'm B.
and we're here to talk about James Potter,
The one and only.
love of our lives.
I am married to him.
What?
Real. He's my husband.
That's not what he said last night to me, but like
Oh my
it's
God.
fine.
My husband is cheating on me.
That's so weird because we literally eloped yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wow, okay. Gonna have to have a little chat with him.
I mean, like we can just like be with him at the same time.
You know what? I'm okay with that.
Okay.
We can share.
Sure. He can come on the podcast one day.
Oh yeah, I agree.
When he's not dead. That
We
works pretty
should
well.
we should get Aaron Taylor Johnson on the podcast.
Yeah, we should. He he already like messaged me and was like, "Oh my
Oh,
God, like
really?
I
Really?
was listening and
With
I was
his
just
like
blown away."
with his secret social media account?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. That's
And
so believable.
yeah,
I
he was
can't
like,
believe it.
I'm down if you're down.
I'm so
Like,
excited. Perfect.
so yeah. Anyway, yeah,
Oh,
welcome.
welcome. We were having a James moment on the James podcast. That's so real of
Yes.
us. Okay,
You're leading today.
I am. I'm very excited. I got my notes. What?
I forgot to okay, continue.
Oh
I forgot to
my
put the
God.
stopwatch on, but we're fine. We're
Fired.
fine.
Kidding. I wouldn't fire you. If anything, you're firing me because you do most of the work.
Yeah, you're fired.
You're fired.
You're
Okay.
fired. Yeah, go. Stop.
Okay. I don't know if it's canon that James's middle name is Fleamont. I forgot to look that up. So we're just gonna call him James Potter.
I feel like it is.
I don't know. I forgot to look when I was on the wiki.
I don't know.
Okay,
But yeah, anyway.
I'm
Yeah,
just gonna go.
James Potter.
James Fleamont Potter. Again, that might be fanon. I don't know. He was born March 27th, 1960, making him an Aries. Love that.
Like
I'm a big
me.
I'm a big fan of Aries. My two best friends are both Aries, funny enough. He's the son of Euphemia and Fleamont Potter.
I love them.
And yeah, let's get into it. So, Hogwarts. He went to Hogwarts. He met his best friends, the Marauders, and Snape and Lily.
Oh, I thought
We
you meant
hate
Snape was his
Snape.
best friend. I was like,
No.
hmm.
No, he met his best friends. Sorry. Remus, Peter, and Sirius, especially
Yes.
Sirius. They are brothers. We'll get into that
Seriously.
later. Oh, you're so punny.
I
You're
know.
so punny. I love it. Anyway, where was I? And Snape, his rival, and Lily, the love of his life. What was that?
Don't ask. My
Okay.
brother's playing with his lightsaber. I can hear it.
No, Isabella actually kidnapped Aaron Taylor Johnson, and he's trying to get out of her
Yeah, I
closet.
actually kidnapped James Potter. He's playing with his
Yeah.
lightsaber. Okay, that sounds weird, but
Oh,
just keep
don't.
going. Just keep going. You know
Okay.
what? I'm over it.
Um, so I am forgetting. Okay, James Potter. This was in the wiki. It said he's described as proud, arrogant, and boastful. Fitting. And then it also said he's very caring, deeply caring. Something like that. It was very cute.
I mean, we get a lot of our sources from Snape, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Remus
God.
and then Snape.
That
Good
is true.
contrast between how they view him. So,
So yeah,
it's a mixture. Yeah.
he's
But
in the
yeah, we're good.
Marauders. He's in the Marauders, obviously.
Yeah.
People think of him as more of like the head Marauder, even though I like to think like they were all kind of like
Yeah.
equal in this.
I just think that he was like the one that kind of like brought them all together
Yeah, he was
more
definitely
like,
the glue between everybody.
yeah,
Um, I think we said that before. I can't remember though.
probably.
It's not
Probably.
important. I feel like I'm all over the place right now.
That's okay.
Um,
So is James.
Exactly, exactly.
It's fine.
Um, what was I gonna say? I keep saying sorry. He likes to do pranks and mess around. He's very mischievous,
Silly
especially
little
with
guy.
Sirius. They love to pull their little pranks, little hexes. Apparently they hex Snape a lot.
Yeah,
And you know what? I support it. I
I
support
would
it.
too.
In second year, they found out that Remus is a werewolf, and apparently James is the one who really insisted that they don't just leave him and that Remus isn't like this monster. I didn't know that.
I think he was more like, oh, like we can sneak out of the school. Like, let's take
Oh,
advantage of
absolutely. He was
this.
like, are we really
Like,
going to ditch our way to escape the school
like
once a month?
obviously he wanted to like be there with Remus, but I feel like he was really
Obviously.
like, oh yeah,
Oh,
this will
yeah.
be fun. This will be like risky. Let's do it.
Yeah. And then him and the other Marauders spent 3 years perfecting becoming Animagi. And finally, in fifth year, they all had perfect transformations. And of course, James is a stag, a deer, if you will.
Hmm.
And he gained the nickname Prongs because he's got antlers, I
They were
think. I think that's
perfecting that
why.
for 3 years.
Yeah.
I
Well,
know it's like a month process, but
yeah,
like
it's
I
like a
didn't
long
know they were like
process.
spending that
Yeah.
much time doing it.
Oh, yeah. That's what it said. It took them 3 years to perfect it. Isn't that crazy?
Because I know that they have to like leave this like leaf in their mouth for a month. So like were they
Yeah.
just continuously doing that for 3 years
They must
until
have
they
been.
did it?
They must have been.
Committed. I have to give it to him. Committed.
Absolutely. He really wanted to do this.
I was like, I would be like, no, like, okay. I
You would have
did,
given up
I did
after the
two
first try.
months. I did 2 months. Like, please just
I
give me a
think
break.
I think I would have done it because I just think that'd be so cool. And then I would turn out to be something
Yeah.
like a bird or something or a
Imagine doing
fish.
it and you became a rat, and then your friends called you Wormtail. I would betray them too.
We'll save that for next episode. We'll get into
Yeah.
that. That's the real reason
Yes,
why he betrayed them.
that's gonna be next week, so stay tuned.
Yes. Also another thing that I think Snape said this in the wiki. I forgot to source this. Said he was so arrogant that criticism just bounced right off of him. I
Period.
love that. I love him. Also, he's very good at Quidditch, obviously. He plays Quidditch. He's a chaser in the books and in the movies. He's a seeker,
Yeah.
which I prefer him as a chaser. I don't know why. I just think it
I mean,
matches his personality more.
I feel like the movies did it to make it be like Harry sees and he's like, "Oh, I'm a seeker and my dad
Yeah,
was a
that's
seeker."
what I
And
I was gonna mention. I think they only
yeah.
did that in the movies to like strengthen that bond between James and Harry even more through the viewer's eyes even.
Yeah.
So
Cuz
yeah.
we don't hear everything from the books in the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, exactly. So obviously he had this rivalry, excuse me, I can't speak. Rivalry with Snape, and apparently Snape was very jealous of his Quidditch ability. Because James
oh,
was very good at
boo-hoo.
Quidditch. I said boo-hoo. I love that.
Boo-hoo.
Um, so yeah, Snape obviously also bullied Lily, called her a filthy little mudblood. So then James was like, "No, I'm not having this." And they are rivals, mortal enemies, if you will.
I mean,
So
Snape literally like referred to him as his enemy. So,
yeah. So James bullied him, and along with that, the other Marauders did too. Of course, I feel like especially Sirius. I feel like Remus wouldn't have
yeah.
done it as much.
I feel like the other two were kind of just like alongside, like teasing, but
Yeah, I
like
have.
James and Sirius did most of the
Yeah,
like
yeah.
actual bullying.
It talked about that when I was researching for Peters, so we'll get into
Yeah.
that next episode. I feel like we've said that already a lot.
We say it every
um,
time.
yeah,
We'll get
and
that
then
later.
we gotta keep them hanging on edge.
I know.
Gotta have them coming back for more. And then there was the prank. Sorry, I feel like this might be out of order. I don't know. I was just writing things down really quickly. And then there was the prank, and James is actually the one who saved Snape and like pulled him back.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
Snape refused to believe that James would have just done him like a favor. He only believed he did it to avoid expulsion. And Snape hated being in debt to him for saving his life.
I mean, I kind of like understand,
Oh yeah, that I agree
but
with like that part I understand.
yeah,
I
I
do
don't
think
know.
though, I don't think that's why James did it. I think James just did it out of the goodness of his heart because as I've said before, he's got the ego the size of a lake, but the heart to match it, and I
Hmm.
love him for that. But no, I definitely think he did it genuinely because Snape could have died.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it now because, like, if he didn't save him and Snape died, they
Hmm.
might not have found out, like, that there were people going to the Shrieking Shack with Remus. They
Yeah.
would have thought, like, Snape just went there and,
Oh
like,
yeah.
found it accidentally. But
Yeah.
because James saved him, there was the, like, hey, like, I had to go save his life as
Yeah.
because Mr. Sirius over here had to, you know, rat us out. No Peter pun intended.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think he did it because, like, one, I think that he wouldn't want Remus to be like, oh my god, I killed someone
Yeah,
and have
Remus
Remus
wouldn't
get
want to
in
have that
trouble.
on his
Yeah,
conscious
and
either. Like
and
he wouldn't want
also
Remus to live with that.
and also he's just like not that kind of person to just like let someone die.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Exactly. I agree. So obviously Snape just thinks those things though because they're rivals and he doesn't want to see anything good in James.
he's just petty all the
Yeah.
time.
Exactly. Um
But
so
yeah.
James also spent a lot of most of his years at Hogwarts chasing after the one and only Lily Evans. He was in love, he was infatuated
Ugh,
with her.
I would
He
be
was
too.
unconditionally and irrevocably in love with her.
Not the
Um
Twilight reference.
I had to. I had to. I'm sorry. They didn't start dating though until seventh year, so
Yeah, I knew
we'll get
that
to
because they
that.
became head boy and girl together. So
Yeah,
they would have spent more time
yeah,
doing things like
yes,
just the
but
two of them, like around the
yeah,
school.
yep, which definitely gave them more time to bond. But when James was 16, so the year before seventh year, um, or was it the summer of? I don't know. We're just gonna say the year before. Sirius moved in to get away from his awful family because him and
Yes.
Sirius are basically brothers. They love each other
Besties.
very much. They're best friends forever and ever.
They
They
invented
care about each other.
FaceTime.
They did. I was going to mention that. They had these two-way mirrors where they could talk to each other and they would talk to each other like whenever and like it also mentioned specifically them talking to each other in detention and I thought that was really funny
That's
cuz
so funny.
I just imagine that's so funny. So yeah, they invented FaceTime. Um
Oh yeah, because they would have
and
been like, sorry, they would have been split up in detention like
oh
all the
yeah,
time. They'd be like,
they
you are
would.
not sitting together.
Oh yeah. They were
And then they're
definitely
like,
those.
hey, 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 pat pat, answer
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue what you're saying.
Okay. But then by seventh year, again, what we mentioned, James became head boy. He lost a lot of his like mischievous parts of his personality. He really matured and kind of grew up. So that's why Lily was like more attracted to him, could see that he was matured and she wanted to date him. And then they ended up dating and falling in love.
And having a
Um,
baby.
Yes, they did. So also, I found out after school, like after the schooling, Lily took. I almost said Peter because I was thinking of Spider-Man. I
Same
really
thing.
love those. I really love those edits of James where it's like he's Spider-Man. Sorry.
Spider Boy.
Um, King of Thieves.
Yeah,
I love that song.
me too.
Anyway, um, she took James to meet Petunia and Vernon, and apparently it went horrible. They had
Wait,
like a
that's
horrible.
canon?
Yeah, it's canon.
Okay.
They had like a horrible meeting. They didn't like James. Of course, Petunia already resents Lily because she's a witch. And then they went to their wedding, like they went to Petunia's wedding, and Petunia wouldn't let Lily be a bridesmaid. And that really hurt Lily.
Oh
And like
my
at the wedding,
God.
James overheard Vernon just saying he was some sort of magician in like a derogatory way to like some of the guests.
Oh my God.
But yeah, that it was really sad.
I can't wait till we talk about Lily now because I forgot
Yeah.
like there's a whole thing with
Oh
her and her
yeah.
sister and
I
like
was so
how
surprised when I was reading all this.
it's really sad.
It
Like
is.
especially sibling type of things with characters. I
Yeah.
just hurts my heart.
Yeah.
But yeah, that magician,
Yeah. Called him a magician. Ugh,
I
ridiculous.
would start pulling out magic tricks
Right?
with my
Pull like
wand.
a yeah, pull like a handkerchief out of your mouth
Yeah.
and stuff. Um, and then Lily and James obviously had their wedding.
Yeah.
Hurrah. Middle of the war, they're having a wedding. But because it was the war, they had a very quiet wedding. Sirius was the best man. James's parents were there, Euphemia and Fleamont. I love them.
I'm so happy
There's no
they got to see him get married
yes,
because they did die
excuse me.
like pretty soon
Yeah,
after, I think.
yeah. They got married in 1977, it
Yeah.
says. And there's no record of Lily's parents being there, but it's assumed that they didn't go. And Petunia and Vernon did not go to the wedding. So that's very sad.
Are you gonna make me cry already?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Don't worry, I'm almost done the canon
That's
notes.
so sad.
Um,
Anyway,
James's parents, Fleamont and Euphemia, sadly died of dragon pox
my
between
God,
it was
stop.
somewhere in between 1979 and 1980. So
Yeah.
they like probably didn't get to meet Harry.
Oh
Isn't
my.
that sad? Yeah. And then they obviously once they had Harry, there was a prophecy about the Dark Lord and Harry, and they had to go into hiding. And James insisted on having Sirius be the secret keeper, but Sirius is the one who insisted on having Peter be their secret keeper because he thought no one would suspect Peter to be the secret keeper. Um, and then Peter ended up betraying them, and they were killed by Voldemort on Halloween
Oh
of
my.
1981, I believe.
I always thought they just like kind of all decided like, oh, it should be Peter.
No,
That makes the betrayal even
James
worse because he did that to Sirius.
James was like insisting on it being Sirius, and Sirius was like, "No, have it be Peter. No one's going to suspect that." It's really I was reading
Wow.
that and I was like, "Oh wow, this is really sad."
Wow.
And I actually didn't realize that until I was reading Peter's because I was skimming through the wiki and it said, "Oh, James insisted on Sirius being the secret keeper," and I completely forgot that Peter was. And then I get to Peter's and I was like, "Peter's the secret keeper," so I went back and read, and yeah, Sirius insisted on it being Peter instead of him. Imagine if it would have been Sirius, they wouldn't have died.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Sirius might have if someone went after him to get information.
Yeah.
But, you
Why
know,
didn't have it be Remus? I feel like Remus is like the safe one.
it's I think a lot of people say like it's definitely a headcanon, but because he was a werewolf, I feel like a lot of
Oh,
people weren't trusting him anymore. Even his
okay.
friends
That's
really were like,
ouch.
well, he could be secretly working with the evil
That's really sad.
werewolves.
Okay, that's I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's really sad. Poor Remus.
Yeah.
But yes, so James died trying to protect Lily and Harry, and Lily died protecting Harry. So,
And Harry died for a split second protecting everyone else.
yeah,
So,
for a split second. But yeah, so
um,
that's the canon
yeah.
stuff. I feel like we might have
I
zipped through
knew
that.
I knew
Whoops.
it was sad, but I didn't know it was that sad.
Oh yeah, it's painful. It's especially painful knowing about Petunia and Vernon.
Yeah.
That really hurts.
That really hurt. That really hurt, Charlie. Um, I'm gonna think about that the rest of my night.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That ruined my day. What is
Should
wrong
we
with
get
you?
in should we get into some happier stuff then and talk about James's relationships?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Obviously, the first one on my list is the one and only Sirius Black, who we talked about last episode. Love
Mm-hmm.
him. Um,
Besties.
they are besties. They're brothers. I didn't actually do any research on them. Whoops.
I
I
mean,
just know a lot about them though.
yeah, I feel like we don't need to do much research because they just
Yeah.
like are literally best friends.
Yeah, they were definitely if the friend group would have broken up, they would have been the two that stayed
Oh
friends,
yeah. Yeah.
of course, because they have that brotherly bond. Sirius is part of their family now since he ran away and moved in with them. Euphemia saw him as a second son, so
Hmm.
they were very close in that way too.
That's why I think like during the prank era, the all of the Marauders were really separated because of James and
Yeah,
Sirius not
yeah,
really getting along at that point.
I
Head
agree.
canon wise, I don't know what it was canonically, but
Yeah,
I know that they would have like been
I
really isolated
yeah,
altogether.
they would have all kind of been going their own way for a little bit, I think, until James and Sirius like
Yeah.
until James forgave Sirius. I definitely think that's how that went. But yeah, after that, they're still thick as thieves, pulling pranks, jokes, all of it.
They are the definition of friendship, of brotherhood friendship
Yeah,
specifically.
they are the brotherhood friendship
And
pair.
I personally cannot see them romantically. I know there's some people
Ooh,
who do, but I have a best friend who like our bond is very similar to them,
yeah,
and I would never see her that way. She would never see me that way. And
yeah,
I'm just like, no, like, and anytime that people like assume that we're maybe together, I'm like, you don't understand friendship. You
yeah.
literally don't.
Yeah,
But
I cannot, especially because everyone's like, "Oh, they're brothers and he's Sirius is part of the family." I could never see
oh
them
yeah,
as anything romantic.
yeah,
That makes me uncomfortable. It feels very incestual. And I know Sirius is a black, but I don't think he's into that part of the family. That side of the
yeah,
family.
yeah. And also with Jagulis, that would be his brother-in-law.
I
So,
have we're
you
gonna
know,
talk about that. We're gonna talk about them in a second.
yes, after friendships.
Yes. Okay.
How about Remus?
I was just
We
gonna
talked about
say Remus
this
is
already,
next. Yes,
but
I think they were best friends. They had a good friendship, I think. I want
yeah.
what they had.
I feel like, and if you watched I think it was, yeah, it was the Sirius episode. If you watched that one, we kind of talked about Sirius and Lily and how it was like more of a low
Yeah,
maintenance friendship. I feel like that's James and Remus. I feel like
absolutely.
they weren't like super close emotionally, but
Yeah,
they would like just get each other at the same time,
yeah.
pick up
They
where they leave
knew,
off.
yeah, they could not talk for months and then like if did they have phones back then? I don't know. Call
I
each
mean, it
other
was the
up.
70s,
I don't know much
but
about the
James is
70s.
a wizard fully. So,
Well,
I mean, would
they
he?
could somehow call each other up
They
and
write letters.
there we go. They would write each other a letter and
They'll
pick up
owl
right
each
where
other.
they pick up right where they left off.
Yeah.
Um, sorry, I don't know how wizards work apparently. I'm a
Yeah.
silly muggle.
But yeah, I think that they were very much just like, I don't know, they always got along. They never argued, never really like
Honestly,
clashed.
honestly, think Peter, not Peter. I keep saying Peter. James and Sirius, they definitely pulled a lot of pranks, but I honestly think Remus and James, if they pulled a prank together, It'd be the best, funniest shit.
I always think that Remus was like the mastermind
Oh
behind
yeah.
almost every prank, and then the other three like did every
They were
like all the
like the
risks.
little, yeah.
The risks.
Remus was the guy in the chair. So
Oh
he
my
never got
god.
in trouble for anything.
Alternate
What?
universe where James is Spider-Man and Remus is the guy in the chair.
Yeah, and Regulus is MJ.
Totally. Yeah.
And then
Sirius is
Harry Osborn.
yeah. I was thinking Harry Potter. I'm like, hmm?
And then Lily is Gwen. Because I found out that Stan Lee modeled Gwen Stacy after his wife, and he always intended for Spider-Man to end up in the end with Gwen. Sorry, little Marvel fun fact for you. Isabella looks like she's about to cry.
We went too far with that AU there, so yeah, that kind of broke me.
Why? It's
That
cute.
broke me.
Don't think about Andrew Garfield's Gwen. Don't think about that.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. No, no,
We
no.
should we should we should finish Spider-Man, by the way.
Oh yeah.
We
Oh
have
yeah,
like 30 minutes left.
we started watching Amazing Spider-Man together and then we were both too tired to keep
Oh,
going.
that
So
movie is so long.
it is.
I always forget how long it is.
I know.
Anyway, James moment.
Yeah.
Um, he was definitely the guy in the chair for the pranks.
Mm-hmm. Peter.
Peter, let's get into James and Peter.
Peter.
I I want to save most of it though for Peter's episode because I feel like
Yeah, we'll talk from his perspective a lot,
yeah, yeah.
but I think that okay, I don't know if this is canon. I feel like it maybe is, but I think that they were childhood best friends. Like even before Hogwarts, they were friends.
Oh, I don't know.
I feel like because they're both like obviously Sirius is a pureblood, but I feel like he
Yeah,
wasn't allowed to hang out with people, especially the Potters, but I think that Peter and James were together on the train and then they met Sirius and like at least James and Peter like knew each other before, I
yeah. I'm
think.
not. I'm googling it right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't say anything about them being friends before,
Oh,
but I
maybe
do like that
it's
as a headcanon.
yeah, I think it's a headcanon then because I don't know. I think it just makes sense. I feel like they would be like neighbors or something. I don't know. Wait, is Peter a pureblood? Or
We
is
don't
no, he's
know.
half blood.
We don't know because J.K. Rowling didn't write both his parents. We only know that his mother is a wizard, and we don't even know if she's a
Mm,
pureblood wizard or a witch, I mean.
yeah.
So
I
we don't
know
even know.
I know Pettigrew isn't a sacred 28 family of all the purebloods, so I don't know, but yeah, I think that they would be like childhood friends and like
Yeah,
they
I think
would,
that's cute.
like at like wizard gatherings, they would see each other and like just
Hmm.
hang out because they were the only ones at like the same age or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Imagine having a childhood best friend. That'd be so cool. Oh no, you
Are
have. You
are
have one.
you are you okay?
Yes. I'm fine. No, my childhood best friend hasn't talked to me in over 3 years.
Hmm. I mean,
Not even a,
I definitely had a couple of them, but like I don't talk to them anymore. Like they were
I don't.
childhood friends.
I've had like childhood friends, but never one that's like lasted that
Yeah,
long.
I have like two. So,
Lucky.
not
I
to
have
brag.
I have just two friends.
It's okay. We actually met when we were like 4.
Oh
You
yeah,
don't
we
remember
did.
that?
No, I
Yeah.
don't. That was so long ago.
Yeah.
Actually, technically, my best friend Lynn, shout out Lynn. I know I've forced her to watch this episode. We technically met in fourth grade, and I hated her guts because
See?
because my best friend Natasha ended up being in her class and not my class, so then they became friends. So I was like, "Oh, you stole my best friend. You're my mortal enemy now."
And now you're
So yeah.
besties.
Oh yeah, best friends.
But yeah, I think that they just knew each other for so long and
I like that.
I think that that's kind of where Peter felt left out. And I know we're going to get into it next episode,
Yeah,
but Peter felt left out because James
yeah.
eventually met Sirius.
Yeah, and I don't think James would have realized that he was doing that. I think he was so swept
Yeah,
up, and I think he probably thought he was like with everybody equally and giving everybody enough of his time, but there was an obvious um gap between Remus and
yeah,
Peter and then Sirius.
that he just never picked up on.
Yeah.
And I said this last time, but I think that it was the same with Regulus and Sirius when Sirius met James. They
Yeah.
both like pushed kind of the
Yeah, they
childhood
pushed
person
everything
out.
else out because they had each other and they were like, this is all I need.
Yeah.
You're the only friend I need, kind of thing.
Oh,
What?
that's so sad for
And
the
it,
other two, but
obviously
yeah.
not like in a literal way, but like
Yeah, I know.
if it would have been just them, they would have been content, I think.
Hmm.
As sad as that sounds.
Yeah. And that's why I like Remus and Peter as friends because they would just like hang out on their
Yes.
own.
I love that. I think it's so
Um,
cute.
but yeah. Did you have another friend after Peter?
No, I
Oh,
did
okay.
not.
So it's my secret one that
Okay,
I won't
yes,
tell you.
Isabella told me that there's like a secret one and she won't tell me who it is, so let's get into
Okay.
it.
Okay. Pandora.
The love of my
I
life. Oh my God.
I think actually I have a headcanon that I'm in this group chat with a few other Marauders creators.
Ah, didn't even invite me.
I know they were
Kidding.
just like, "Oh, do you want to join?" I was like, "Okay." Um hang on, let me find it, but it was about James and Pandora, and it was like Pandora like makes jewelry. I feel like that's just
Yeah.
very in
I
her
think,
character.
oh, I like to, I'm sorry. This is such a James moment, but those radish earrings that Luna has, I
Hmm.
like to think those are Pandora's.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's canon or anything.
Maybe I'm thinking of I think Ivana Lynch made them, but I was thinking Luna
Oh,
made them,
okay.
but no, I think that she okay, I found it. Um sorry, that was
It's okay.
all over the
James
place.
moment. We'll get to
Um
that later.
this is from Gia. I don't know her username or their username, but they said headcanon that Pandora and James used to make jewelry together to give to their friends, and when James proposed to Lily, it was a ring he made. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm
It's
gonna cry.
beautiful.
That's
It's
so
beautiful.
cute.
And then I added James would have seen Pandora making jewelry all alone one day and asked to join. Then every time after that, he joined her and she taught him everything that she knew about it.
That's beautiful. That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
I think it's very in character for him to like make a ring
Yeah.
for someone he loves rather than just
Oh,
like get one
I
because then it's
love
from the
that.
heart.
It means so much more when you make things. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Oh, gotta think about that for a minute. That was so cute.
But yeah, I think that it's I see it as like Harry and Luna. I know that's like Regulus and
Yeah.
Pandora, but I also see James in
Yeah.
that as well. I feel like James would be like very like, "Oh,
Harry
like hi, how's it going? Like what are you
Harry
doing
definitely would
there?"
have made jewelry with Luna if
Yeah.
she made jewelry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I
That's so
just
cute.
I think it's a very like pure friendship. There's no
James
issues in it.
James is that person that if he sees someone eating lunch alone, he will go eat with them or he will like
Yeah.
invite them to come eat with him.
Like I know that like canonically he was kind of arrogant and probably did hex people in the halls and
Oh,
whatever.
absolutely he did.
But I think he also was just like so charismatic that he wanted to be friends with everyone.
I think that he probably got that wanting to be friends with everyone and also wanting to be kind to everyone in a way from Euphemia. I feel like
Oh yeah.
like my mom, she always taught me, she's like, if you see someone eating alone, you go eat with them. Unless they like obviously don't want to be like bothered, but
Yeah.
or like I remember I had this friend, she didn't have very good home circumstances, and I would pack her a lunch every day to make sure she ate. Because my mom's like, we
Yeah.
don't let people go hungry. We don't let people be alone. And I think
And
Euphemia was very much like that.
yeah, and I think that that's how like people say like you go for a partner that's like your parent or whatever. I think that's why
Hmm.
he liked Lily so much because she was very much like Effie in the
Yeah.
way that she was like generous and just like very caring and loving
Yes.
and
I agree.
sweet and
Yes.
beautiful,
Oh, of
obviously.
course.
But yeah,
I think,
Pandora
oh,
and James.
that's so cute. Watch. Now I'm going to be thinking about them constantly. I'm going to
Yeah.
need some edits. Any editors listening,
I
please make
know.
edits of that. I'm begging.
I love it. I love it.
I also
They
love it.
they would be so nice to each other all the time, and
I
I
just think they would
love.
have been very pure and like gentle.
Yeah.
And
Like they
like
would
not like they're
never.
like extremely close, but they're definitely like a good little friend to
Yeah.
have.
I feel like he like gravitated towards Pandora so much because she was not judgmental at all.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know. I feel like with Sirius, like yeah, they're best friends, but I feel like they did have like bickering moments where they're like, well, like
Yeah.
that's not how I was raised, blah blah blah. But
Oh,
Pandora would be
absolutely. Cause
like,
especially because Sirius is so stubborn, I feel like as well.
yeah. But yeah, and she's I feel like Pandora's also very like smart and like
Yeah.
open-minded and like
She
she
can
has
always, I feel like she's someone who can always see both sides of things.
yeah. And yeah, I like it. I think
I
that
also like that.
she was like a breath of fresh air for him.
Thanks for sharing. I love
You're
that.
welcome.
Should
You're
we
so
get
welcome.
into Miss Lily? His
Yes.
relationship with Lily Evans? Okay. He was in love with her
Mm-hmm.
from day one. He chased her around, desperately probably tried to get her to go out with him. I can just imagine him asking her out like every day.
I feel like it started kind of as a joke. Like, you know, those kids in school where they're like, oh,
Oh
my friend
yeah.
has a crush on you. Like, he wants to go on
Yeah.
a date with you. I hated those kids. I feel
Oh, me
like
too.
it started like that, where he was like teasing her. Like,
And then
not
he
in a
actually
rude
started
way, but
to,
more just like, hey, Lily, like, what's going on? Like, he just
yeah.
liked to tease people. And then, because, you know, she was like a pretty girl, and he was like, oh,
Oh yeah.
let
He's
me
just one
just
of those
be,
assholes.
yeah. And then eventually he was like, "Oh,
Wait a
Lily,
minute. Why is she kind of fine?
why is she kind of?" Hmm. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I
yeah, and
like
they
that.
didn't start dating until seventh year, like we mentioned before. But her and Snape were like friends, apparently. Like it's on
Yeah,
the wiki, it said they were friends,
yeah, they
which
were.
I didn't know that they were friends, her
You
and
didn't know
Snape.
they were friends?
I didn't realize they were like friends. Like I was like, I thought, oh, she's nice to him, but
Yeah,
I didn't know they were
that's
friends
that's
straight
why
up.
he was like so obsessed and in love with her because
Didn't
like
know
she
that.
was like the only thing that was like good to
I think
him.
I maybe erased that from my memory.
Yeah. But when you watch the Snape's memories scene in the Deathly Hallows, you see like their childhood friends.
See, I just thought,
Before
yeah, I knew they were childhood. I found out they're childhood friends. I just thought that was the like Snape like remembering things how he wanted to remember things, kind of.
no, I
I don't
don't
know.
know.
But
But
yeah,
that's
so they were
also
friends.
yeah, that's also why it was so like hard when Lily was called a mudblood by him because like she thought he was
Yeah, I
her
was
friend.
gonna. Yeah, Snape
Yeah.
called her that horrible word, and then James was like, no, no, and probably bullied him even more than he already did.
And then Lily was like, "James, you're just as bad as him. Shut up."
Yeah. And then, obviously, in seventh year, James matured, kind of grew out of that. And then they fell in love. And I
Yeah.
think they just had such a beautiful and true love. They were
Hmm.
definitely soulmates. Obviously, it
Yeah.
wasn't love at first sight. Well, for James, it probably a little bit was. But for Lily, it definitely wasn't. She just saw this annoying, arrogant boy who's just a bother to everybody.
Yeah, I like to think that James kind of like fell in love with everyone. Like he just, I don't know, he had so much, you know, his heart is as
His
big
heart's
as
the
the
size of a
lake,
lake.
just like his ego. And
Yeah.
he just has to like spread so much because like his
Yes.
parents are like very good parents to him. I'm pretty sure, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, I
And
would
so
assume
like
too.
and he was also an only child, no siblings. He
I
had a
forgot to
lot
mention
of
something.
what did you do?
I forgot to mention
Forget.
that James is their family is rich because
Oh
Fleamont
yeah.
invented Sleek Easy hair potion, and I wanted to say that.
I also want to add that it's so ironic because James and Harry have terrible, like messy hair that they
Oh
can't
yeah,
get down
it's
ever.
very funny.
So
It's
yeah.
very funny. They gotta use some Sleek Easy hair potion.
I know.
They probably have a
Probably
lifetime supply of it for free.
no, literally. Well, maybe not Harry because
Yeah, James
wah,
definitely
wah.
did.
But yeah,
James definitely did.
I feel like he even though he loved his parents and everything, I feel like he like just wanted to like do his own thing and be like, I don't want that potion. Like I don't want to use
Yeah.
it. Like
It's like I
that's
want my hair to be
weird.
wild and free.
He
It's like
liked
anything your parents
I
do. You're like, ooh.
yeah, I think it's canon that he liked his hair like that because it looked like he just got off his broom and he like would attract the ladies with his hair
Oh my god.
flowing.
It's giving Steve Harrington
Yeah.
taking off
Oh
his
my
little
god,
sailor's
yeah.
hat.
His Farrah Fawcett spray.
God, yeah.
James uses Farrah Fawcett spray. Confirmed.
Oh my god, unrelated. My grandma was bothering me yesterday because she's like, you have to come over so we can finish rewatching Stranger Things.
Oh my god, go over right now.
I'm
Just stop
gonna.
recording and go.
I'm okay. I'll just walk there. Thanks.
Yeah,
No, I'm going next week, I think.
perfect. But yeah, what
Anyway,
were we saying? Oh yeah,
James
the
and his
hair.
hair. And then I said he was Steve Harrington.
Yeah. I feel like they hassled him a lot. Like his parents were like, hey, James,
Oh,
like fix your
yeah.
hair, come on. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
he was like, no.
Especially Fleamont because he invented the hair potion.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, he was in like the cosmetics business.
Oh my god, Fleamont.
Yeah. Avon calling.
The Avon lady. It's
Yeah.
Fleamont.
Fleamont variant in Edward's hands. James is Edward.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh, now I want to watch that. That's
That's
beautiful.
I'm gonna edit Oscar Isaac's face over
Oh
that
my
lady.
god, please. Please. Also, sorry, now that we're mentioning fan cast, who's your Euphemia fan cast? I have
Myself.
two. Oh,
I'm kidding.
okay, I
Um
see. I have two.
I like Anne Hathaway, personally.
Okay. Yeah, I also like Anne Hathaway, but I've also seen Meryl Streep, and
Yeah,
I love that so much. I don't know
I
why.
th- I think that
Especially
was an
because,
earlier fan cast, like original fan cast
okay,
for
yeah.
her.
Because James's parents are canonically older, even for
Yeah, that makes
wizards.
sense.
So,
I just feel
but
like
yeah.
the Potters just like have the genes where they look really young
Oh yeah,
or they don't age.
absolutely.
But even
Yeah.
Meryl Streep, like she looks so good for her
She
age.
looks like a goddess. She is mother. I love her.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I
I
definitely
regularly,
see that as well.
yeah, I regularly watch the Devil Wears Prada clips on TikTok.
Get me my steak. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fun fact, they mention Harry Potter in that movie because she
Oh
wants to get the
yeah.
Harry Potter manuscript for her daughters. I think
I
it
would
was
do
the
the
fifth
same.
book. The fifth or the fourth or the third the fifth or the sixth book. I
Yeah.
can't remember though.
I don't know. I've only seen it once, so I don't know. But yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, back to Lily. We
Oh
just had a
yeah.
major James moment.
Sorry, we're just so passionate about our
But yes, I
family.
do think Lily and James were soulmates. I think they're destined to be together, obviously. My little flower pot.
Yeah.
I love them.
And like I said, because you brought up the comparison of the sun and the stars, and then I was like, the flowers need the sun to like
Yeah.
grow. And I feel like that's kind of what he did for her because
I definitely think James
especially
got Lily out of her shell a little bit.
yeah, that and I also like, you know, her parents not showing up to their wedding. Like he
Oh,
brought his family to her and she
yeah.
had that love that she like lost.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
And he's like the
I love
sun
them.
for
He
her.
is the sun. He just is the sun. Everything revolves around him. He's such a little beam of light. I love him.
We love him.
I love him.
I love him more.
Do you
I
now?
yes. I love
Oh,
him
I'll
more
fight
than
you.
you do.
I'll fight you on that
Oh
one.
my god.
I don't think. He is my all-time number one favorite fictional character ever.
Yeah, no, you definitely do love him more than me. I
Yeah.
just like to argue.
I know. That's okay. I also like to argue. It's very
But yeah.
fun, especially in the TikTok comments.
Oh
I
yeah,
love it.
you're always arguing with people.
I haven't argued with anyone in a long time, actually.
It's the Regulus in you. And speaking of
Yeah.
Regulus,
That was a good transition.
I
I'm
know.
proud of you.
Are we
Speaking of
ready?
Regulus, oh my
We
God.
have managed to only mention Regulus once in the 40 minutes we've been talking. I think one time we mentioned it.
It's because I've been saving it. Because I knew I would just go on and on and on about them.
Yeah. Okay. Are you guys ready? You're not.
Regulus! I'm not even ready. I'm like vibrating right now with excitement. I love them.
Okay, let's start off first. Jilly or Jegulus? What would you say?
Jegulily.
Oh, loophole.
Loophole. But
Fuck.
okay. With who I think should end up together, Jilly. With who I personally enjoy more, Jegulus.
Yeah, I personally really like angsty kind of ships, which
I
is why
know your favorite
I
ship is
like
Wolfstar.
Wolfstar. But yeah, I think that their angst and the edits, Jegulus edits are so good.
I love Jegulus edits. They are my favorite, especially the ones where it's like James finding out that he got the dark mark, and
Oh
it's
my
like,
god.
or they use the audio from Beautiful Boy, and it's like, and Regulus is like, you don't like who I am anymore, and then they have a clip of James, and he's like, no, I don't, and it's heartbreaking. It is heartbreak. I have a song for. I think they are haunted by Taylor Swift.
We'll get into it one
We'll get
day
into that one.
in
We'll get
our
into that in our
song
musical
lyrics.
episode.
I'm so excited for that one because I have like
Oh, me
so
too.
many things.
I don't have so many. You're definitely going to be carrying that episode, but I have a few that I'm like, this is definitely
Yeah.
them.
I do it every day, like when I'm listening to music. I'm like, who do I relate this
I
to
don't listen
today?
to music that I've watched movies.
I do both.
I'll like listen to movies as music.
Yeah,
Like if I'm
that
walking
makes sense.
somewhere, like if I have to go for a walk, I have Daredevil playing in my ear. I'll just be walking and Matt Murdock is either making silly jokes or beating the
Uh,
crap out of people. It's so funny.
I couldn't do that because I like to be the main character with like my music. I'm like in a music video, just walking
I'm a
down the
side
street.
character. I'm a side character.
Yeah,
Real.
I just like agreed with you. Yeah, you're a side character.
Thanks. I appreciate that. It's your world and I'm living in it.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, back to Jegulus, my true loves.
Yes.
Regulus Octurus Black.
R.A.B.
What kind of middle name is that?
He was proud of it, apparently.
Obviously, but also another thing that bugs me in the movies, their doors have their names on them, but
Yeah,
they're
that's why I said
different. They
that.
don't match. I hate it.
That's why I said that. I feel like they had like similar ones, but Regulus was like, I want
Regulus
my
was
full
like,
name on it.
I want to be extra. And then like slapped a piece of paper with his whole name on it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, because it looked like he put it
It
over.
did, yeah. It because Sirius is like a plaque that
Yeah, it's
just
like
says
engraved
Sirius.
into the
Yeah,
wall or the door.
yeah. And then
Um,
yeah, you just got like Regulus and his piece of paper.
in his fancy little writing.
Yes, his beautiful
Yeah.
handwriting.
Now we're
Biblically
moving
accurate
into
Regulus.
Regulus too fast.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry,
It's
sorry. We'll save
Jegulus.
it
It's
for the
Jegulus.
Regulus episode. Jegulus. I think James loved him almost more than anything. Just under Lily. But still,
Yeah.
like, I think he loved them the same. Like, the same
Yeah, I
amount.
think it was like different time frames.
Yeah.
And
And it was obviously a different type of love, but it still was just as great.
Yeah. I feel like James would have like not fully understood his feelings for Regulus
No,
compared to
he
Lily,
wouldn't have.
which is why like it
It was the
just
70s, man.
yeah, I don't know.
I I also think I think Regulus loved James more than anything in the world.
Well, because
I
that was all he had at some point.
I
Like,
was just gonna say James had Lily, he had the Marauders, he had love to put in other places. Whereas Regulus, that was the only place he could give his love. And I
yeah.
also feel like Regulus really struggled with like showing that though. So James probably questioned a lot like, does he really want to be with me? Does he really love
Yeah.
me?
I feel like
Because Regulus, yeah,
their love languages clashed a little bit
yeah.
and they didn't fully meet each other's
I
properly.
feel like James is very like quality time, touching, like very physical touch, very like very expressive
Yeah.
and very like I want to show the world that I love you. Whereas I feel like Regulus wants like that quiet, private love. He likes the one-on-one time. Like he wants it to be quiet but so deep and passionate at the same time,
Yeah.
you know?
I feel like he would also maybe be like gift giving, but like secretly, like he'd make little
Yeah.
bracelets with Pandora.
Aw, that's
The
cute.
headcanon continues.
I love that
And
headcanon.
just like he wouldn't give them to James, but he would just like leave them there
No,
and like put
Pandora would get, yeah, Pandora would give him.
stop. Yeah.
Because I think Regulus and Pandora were the best of friends.
Yeah, and she would have understood him like that and been like, yeah, like I'll do that for you. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah. I think. Oh my God, that's so cute. I need to write fan fiction about this or something.
Yeah. But yeah, their love languages, I think they didn't like fully meet them all the time.
Yeah.
And that was why James maybe like after the Death Eater, the Dark Mark thing,
Hmm.
would have been like, okay, like I'm gonna go to Lily because
Yeah.
this isn't gonna
I.
work now.
Yeah. It's so painful. I also. I think Regulus also. He just. I don't think he was ready to fully give himself to someone also. Like I feel like he definitely had that setback and maybe that probably because he wanted to make his parents so proud still. I think he would have known that they wouldn't have accepted that and like held off for sure on that.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just feeling emotions.
That's okay.
Um, but yeah, no, that makes complete sense.
Also,
And it makes me sad because it's like if he had gone with Sirius to the Potters, he would have like had a way different life.
he would have had a loving family and people who actually cared about him and not just what he can do. He wouldn't
Yeah.
have been just a little machine to do things and carry on a legacy. He would have been a person. He would have been someone they loved.
Can you imagine? Oh my gosh, we're talking about Regulus so much, but I don't even care.
It
Can you,
coincides with James though and
yeah,
their relationship.
can you imagine the impact Regulus would have on the Order if he was in the Order?
Oh, oh,
Because,
yes. I love those edits. I love the
like,
edits where
oh
he
my
like
God.
walks into an order meeting and he sees Peter and he's like, "Oh, you're busted now, you
You
little
mean,
shit."
you mean Death Eater meeting? Because you
Yeah,
said
Death
Order.
Eater meeting, not an
But
order
yeah, no,
meeting.
I know what you mean. But like, yeah. I also like the idea that one day, like, Regulus just joined the Order and was like, hey, like,
Hey guys,
hey
I'm done
guys,
with this shit.
here's my thing.
I
Ignore
can't
that.
imagine though the pain that James felt when Regulus like showed him the dark mark or something, or like told him. Just like think about how hurt he must have felt, and like how unimportant to Regulus he must have felt in that moment.
Oh, I'm thinking about it.
And also, there's I don't know where this is from, but I see it on TikTok sometimes. I think it's from a fan fiction. but when James finds out that Regulus dies, there's like someone wrote a line and it's like, somewhere in northern England right now, James Potter can't breathe because he's just so like broken and in shock and pain that Regulus has died that he doesn't know what to do. And it's so sad to me just imagining him like falling to his knees, absolutely sobbing, like unable to catch his breath because he's just so broken, losing the love of his life.
I also, when I hear that quote, I think of like, it kind of makes me think of like how he would be stuck in that moment, even afterwards. Like, he was always stuck in that feeling of just like,
Yeah, that it never went away.
damn,
Like
damn.
that feeling, it never went. He was able to mask it and kind of put a band-aid over it, but it never healed and it never went away. Even
Yeah.
with Lily and Harry. Like, yes, he felt happy again and like he was able to move on, but like he never forgot. Well, should we get into the headcanons?
Yes.
Do you want
You
me to
didn't
do
have
my I
any, or
had
did you have?
one. I
Okay,
had one
you go
little
first
one.
then.
It's related to Jegulus. I really like the headcanon where James is colorblind for red and green. So when he mixes up their ties, he like genuinely thinks that he's grabbed his tie, but he's actually put on Regulus's tie. I think that's
Yeah.
just really cute. I saw that on TikTok a couple weeks ago.
I made this video before. It was like a scenario, and
Hmm.
I mean, because Regulus was obviously very proud of his name. So I think he
Yes.
would have like embroidered his initials on like the tag so that
Uh-huh.
like people would know that it's his tie, don't touch it.
Yeah.
And then like one day James mixes it up and
Hmm.
brings it to their dorm, and then Sirius is like, James, what is this?
Oh no.
And it's like, this is clearly my brother's. I know my brother. He embroiders every single thing he owns.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And
That's
then
so
that's
funny.
how he finds out, but
I love
I don't know.
thinking about how Sirius reacted to finding out they were dating.
Probably not good.
Oh,
That's
absolutely
what I'll
not.
say.
That's so funny.
But yeah, I like that. I like also that it's like red and green.
Yeah.
I like that kind of dynamic. I don't know what to call it, but red and green, like Slytherin and Gryffindor.
Christmas.
Christmas.
No, I get
Yeah,
good and bad because green and Star Wars, green and red. Well, tank is blue and red, but green is also a light side color.
yeah.
Um,
Voldemort and Harry
oh
dueling.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
but
that.
yeah, I like
Oh yeah,
that.
I guess in Star Wars it's opposite because red is bad. Whoops. Because in
I
Harry Potter,
wouldn't
red
know.
is good.
I would
Well,
literally not know.
red is the dark side.
It usually is, but not in
Yeah.
Harry Potter,
Harry Potter is just
stereotypically.
quirky and cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Rip my heart out.
All right.
Just do it as quickly as
Let me
possible.
decide which ones I want to do
Oh
first
God.
because they're kind of scattered. Oh, I'll say this one first because it's kind of cute.
Okay.
And I've posted a TikTok. I'm sure you, yeah, I think we talked about it.
Okay.
Um, Buckbeak is James reincarnated.
Yeah. Oh,
And
I love that one.
just to add, obviously, Hedwig is Lily because she
Yep.
sacrificed herself for him
And
twice.
Regulus is a mermaid at the bottom of the ocean.
Regulus is the giant squid, according to my one dream that I had.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It was so weird.
Oh,
In
that
my
is
dream, I
weird.
was like, "Oh my god, that's so interesting. That's so genius. That makes so much sense." And then I woke up and I was like,
What the
"What?
hell?
Boy, what the
That's
hell?"
funny. No,
But
Regulus is playing mermaids.
yeah, I saw this TikTok. You know those TikToks where it's like, they don't know why I can't go in the
I
water.
sent you one
Oh yeah,
like
you
I sent you
did.
that,
That's
and I have it
yeah.
reposted. It's like what's like tell them the truth,
Tell them the truth.
and then yeah, Regulus
Yeah.
he tells people he can't swim, but really it's because he's a mermaid.
Clear. Nar.
Ima or
The
nor
water. The
the condensation.
condensation.
Ima, Clear. I was watching
Or
H2O right before we filmed this, funny enough. They put it on Prime.
oh yeah.
I'm so excited.
Okay. Which one do I want to do next?
Save the most
Hmm.
gut-wrenching one for last.
They're all gut-wrenching. Okay. This one will work, I guess.
Okay.
And this is just like a scenario. It's obviously not canon. It's not like it wouldn't
Yeah.
happen because James died, but
It's headcanons for a reason.
yeah. Um
Oh! I want to talk about the thing after you continue.
the thing.
I have to add something after, but just go on, actually.
Okay, that was very mysterious. But
Sorry.
I love thinking about like how he would be with Luna Lovegood. Like
Violently
especially like
sobbing.
like say that James and Lily survived and
Hmm.
Pandora died.
Hmm.
Um I feel like and obviously like Lily would be there for her too, but I think that James would
Yeah.
like really attract or gravitate towards her like he did with Pandora
Yeah.
and would have been like you don't need a mom because you have me.
He could teach her how to make jewelry.
I mean, she was alive when she's like
Yeah, but
9, but like he can continue
he can
teaching her
continue the
things that
legacy. Okay, next headcanon that I suddenly remembered
yes.
um, is during the movies, you see Harry wearing like a lot of the same or similar clothes. And me and Isabella, while watching, we have decided to headcanon that Harry had like a box of James and Lily's old clothes, and that's what he wears.
Yeah.
Especially that like that one jacket he has that's got like the stripes down the
Yeah,
sleeve.
his little jacket that he wears everywhere.
That was James's. And then all of his flannels were like Lily's.
My headcanon with that is that, and I think I said it to you before, but Petunia
Yeah,
gave
you
him
did tell me
those,
this.
even
Yeah,
though she treated him terribly, and I don't forgive that at all. I think that she
no.
gave it to him without saying like what it was, but he just kind of knew.
She probably just like left it in his little cupboard one day.
Or maybe like she purposely left it where he would find it, and so Harry thought he
Yeah.
just found it.
Oh, yeah.
And then he was like, okay, I'll just wear these. I know, like in the
It's so
books, it says
sad.
like he's wearing Dudley's clothing because he doesn't
Oh,
want to, like,
I don't care.
whatever. But I
It's
like
James
that.
and
It's a
Lily's.
head cannon.
The
Um,
headcanon.
but yeah, I really like that. And I
The
also like to
only good
think,
thing Petunia's
because
ever done.
I feel like the Dursleys would not want to spend any money on him ever. So why would they buy him glasses?
Right?
It's
That was
James's
definitely,
glasses.
yeah, absolutely. He found them in the box.
Ouch.
That hurts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why they're broken because James died. Oh my god.
Shut up. No. Shut up. You're making it worse.
I
I
didn't
hate
even
you.
I
I
didn't
don't
even
like you right
connect
now.
that
I don't like you right now.
because James Potter fell like a marionette whose strings were cut.
Stop.
Yes, I've memorized his
Stop it.
death line.
Stop it.
Um,
I don't like you right now.
and going off of him dying, this isn't even a headcanon. He died thinking that he saved Harry and Lily.
Stop. Stop it.
I'm not
I
gonna
don't like you.
stop. I can't
Oh,
stop.
God. Oh, God. Okay. Just, you know what? Just rip my heart out. Stomp on it, set it on fire, and throw it in the trash.
Yeah. Um, I feel like when like his last thought, like seeing that Voldemort was at their house, obviously he died almost like right away, but like I feel like his last thought, besides like, oh, I need to save them, was like, oh my God, what happened to Peter? Like, he would never betray me like this. Because I found a quote that Remus said, and it's in the book. And he said to Harry, I don't know what they were talking about exactly, but he said, I think you're like James, who would have regarded it as the height of dishonor to mistrust his friends. And so I think that
Oh, my
James
God.
immediately would have thought, what happened to Peter? Like Peter must have like been killed or like tortured for
Hmm.
information.
You need to actually stop right now.
because James would just, I feel like he would just never believe that
No,
Peter or any of his friends would do that.
no, he wouldn't.
Even though he wanted Sirius to be the secret keeper, still. What is that? Oh my god, it's our
I just
logo.
sorry, I was playing in my desk drawers and I found the sketch I did of our
Oh my
logo.
god. That's so cute.
Yes. Okay, how
Um,
many other headcanons do you have? I gotta mentally prepare.
oh. I think I have one more. Wait,
Okay,
let me check because it's like all over the place, like I said.
that's okay.
Okay, yeah, I have one more. Oh, actually, no, I
Okay.
have two more. I'll do
Oh God.
a
Okay.
sweeter one first
Oh,
because
thank goodness.
yeah, I had this under ships. It's not a ship. I
Okay.
don't ship it.
Okay.
But I like to think that James, because you know how I said like he spreads his love, like he has so much love to
Yeah.
give, and he just like falls in love with everyone. I think that he like had a little tiny like childhood crush on Remus at first. And he's like,
I mean, who wouldn't? He's so handsome.
and I feel like I saw this one video. I don't know their name, but they were like, I think that James would have like for some reason thought that they were in a relationship when they were
Oh
like
my God.
12, but Remus didn't know. And James was just
Yeah.
like, oh hey Remus, and would always like be really touchy and like
And
hug
try and
him
hold
and
his
stuff.
hand.
And
They'd be
Remus was just
walking down
like,
the halls and their hands are like entwined.
yeah. Remus is just like, I mean, okay, maybe this is just like how he's friends with people, I guess. And
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah. And then
That's
eventually
cute.
I think like James just kind of realized like, oh, like,
Wait a minute.
oh, we're I
He
thought
like
we
accidentally brought it up and said the word boyfriend or something, and Remus is like, "What?
Sirius was like, what?
What do
And
you
then
mean?"
yeah.
That's
And then
funny.
James was just like, "Oh, I'm just kidding." Like I'm just and then he cried at night.
Yeah.
He closed his little curtains, just cried. His
They could
first
all hear
heart
him crying.
because he can't do
Oh,
the muffle spell
yeah.
himself. And yeah,
That's so funny. Oh my God.
poor James.
Poor James. That's
He
so cute
cannot
though.
understand social cues.
That's okay. Me neither.
But yeah, I like that one. I think it's funny. I think it's cute. I think it's sweet.
Yes.
Um, okay, here's the worst one. I think. I
Okay.
think
Oh God. Okay.
one because
Oh
we both have cats and we love our cats.
my God.
I feel like you kind
Oh.
of know
Oh,
what
my
I'm.
kitties are snuggling by the window right now.
Oh my god. So, I don't know if you know this because it's in the book, but the Potters had a cat.
What?
Canonically, yeah. So
Slay.
Lily, or no, Harry was in like the House of Black, Grimmauld Place, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
After Sirius died, and he was like going through his room, and he found a letter from Lily, and it was just like an update, like because they were in hiding,
Yeah.
and yeah, so she was like updating him on everything, and in the letter, she kind of mentioned something about their cat. I don't know what it was. So they
Mm-hmm.
did have a cat, and
I
first of
wonder what
all,
happened to that
I
cat.
know there is a headcanon that it's Crookshanks, which is why he's so old and raggedy and like
Oh,
really grumpy, probably.
grumpy.
Um,
That's
and
cute.
also, my headcanon with this was that James wanted to get the cat after Regulus because, you know, Reggie having an animagus would be a cat. How are you feeling?
Not good. Honestly, I'm holding back those tears right now.
Oh, wait, I
Oh,
have one other thing that
oh
I
my
totally
God.
forgot.
You're killing me here.
Okay, this is more for like Harry and like
Okay.
what he could have had if
Okay.
he didn't lose them.
Okay. So,
I mean,
heartbreaking.
yeah,
Okay.
obviously, like James was a good dad, Lily was a good mom, but like I feel like James was just he's very much like Phil Dunphy in the way that he's just so like loving and he would do
Mm-hmm.
anything for his kids. And um yeah, so there's a quote which is actually
Okay.
the quote from when Voldemort killed him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're just
But it
out to get
has
me
it, it
today.
has it has to be done.
Okay, just rip off the band-aid. Do it.
Okay. The green light flashed around the room, and she dropped like her husband. The child had not cried all this time. He could stand, clutching the bars of his crib, and he looked up into the intruder's face with a kind of bright interest, perhaps thinking that it was his father who had hid beneath the cloak, making more pretty lights, and his mother would pop up any moment, laughing. So Harry only ever knew, like, just happiness and, like James being silly and dressing up in costumes and
Mm-hmm.
making spells for him.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't even read the second part, but I'm going to read it. He
Oh
pointed the
God.
wand very carefully into the boy's face. He wanted to see it happen, the destruction of this one, inexplicable danger. The child began to cry. It had seen that he was not James. He did not like it crying. He had never been able to stomach the small ones whining in the orphanage. Anyways, yeah, that was it. But
Oh my God.
that just kind of like, I read it and I was like, oh my God, that just tells me how good of a dad he was to Harry. And
That's beautiful, but like so sad.
like
I'm
literally
heartbroken.
I mean, obviously he's a baby. How's he supposed to know that they just died? But like,
Exactly.
I don't know. It's scary. Like there was like green lights flashing and everything,
Yeah.
but I feel like James especially always made him feel safe because
Yeah.
like he was like, it's okay, like look, it's just magic and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So
That's so
Harry
sad.
could have been so happy and so like loved.
Ugh, I hate this fandom. Why am I a part of this?
I don't know, why are you? Why
I
why did you
don't
stay here?
know. I don't
Why am I
know.
here?
I couldn't tell you
Wow.
because I have a big old crush on Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Valid. Did you hear that
Someone's,
cough? Yeah,
yeah,
it was
I
my
just heard
brother.
that cough. Sorry. It was so crisp and clear.
Yeah, no.
Oh
I'm so sorry about that. Um
my God.
yeah, I agree. So
Anyway,
true.
well that's been James.
Mm,
It's been a lot
that
of
was a hard
heartbreak.
one.
That was ooh. I
Oh,
didn't realize James was had so much sadness attached to him because everyone's like, oh, he's the sunshine,
yeah,
he's the
because
light.
he's the son.
He is, he is. He's the archer. I love him. Oh, do we want to? No, we should save that for the music episode. Never mind.
Yeah.
I
Were you
love
gonna
that you know what
say?
I'm. Yeah,
I mean, we can say it because then it'll keep them intrigued to know what we're gonna say.
James is not the mirror ball.
He is not the mirror ball.
He is the archer, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But he's not a mirror ball. And we'll get into that in the music episode.
Yeah.
That won't be for a while, I don't think, though. We still got
Yeah,
a
no,
lot of characters we want to delve into.
we want to touch on like a few more main characters and
Yeah.
like
We got Peter coming up next.
we've got
Um,
Lily, Regulus.
are we doing someone in
Um
between Lily and Regulus? Are we talking about Mary
oh
in
yeah,
between?
I feel like we're
Yeah,
gonna
we're
do
gonna do
like
some of the girls.
the girls like together after Lily because
Yeah.
it's harder to like get everything.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna talk about
Um
Lily, and then we're gonna talk about the girls, and then we're gonna talk about my favorite, Regulus.
Reggie. Um
And we're gonna talk about Barty and Evan. Yes.
yeah.
Oh. Ooh.
Yay. It's fun.
Whoopee! I'm so excited. Woohoo!
Um but yeah, stay tuned for Peter because we're gonna go.
Oh, I got a lot to talk about. So do
We
you.
are very passionate about his character and
Even
everything.
more
So
passionate than we are about the other Marauders, I feel
I
like.
maybe it won't be very long, who knows, but like I feel like we're gonna talk for a long
Yeah, I
time
got a
about it.
lot. Well, our conversation about Peter privately was what, 3 hours? I think I said, yeah.
Probably. Yeah, but we'll
So
see.
we're gonna get into it. Hopefully, it doesn't become a two-parter.
I
I'm a little
mean,
nervous that it might. So
yeah,
maybe, I don't know. Stay tuned to find out, obviously.
yeah.
It'll be
This
it'll be a
was
fun time.
this was like one of our. I think this is like our best episode so
I
far.
think so. Everybody loves James.
Yeah,
He's such an in-depth character. He's got such in-depth relationships, and I think this was a good episode.
yeah.
Definitely better
All
than
of
the
them are good,
serious
but
one. Ugh.
yeah, this the
Who would want
serious
to talk about
one,
Sirius Black? I'm kidding.
me.
I
Um,
know.
but yeah, I think the serious one was like kind of all over the place because we didn't plan very much
Yeah,
for
no.
him.
I wrote no notes. Did you write notes for that one?
I did, but here's some lore. We recorded Remus and Sirius in the same day, so
We did.
and it was impulsively. We were like, let's just do Sirius, and then
Yeah.
yeah, we didn't have any notes prepared, so that's
Should
why
we
it
give
was
them should
like,
we give them more lore?
sure,
We're recording Peter literally right after this, and we already have notes, so we're prepared now.
yeah,
Um, so hopefully that won't be all over the place. It might still be a bit all over the place, but definitely more planned.
it's always
We
all
might
over the
just
place.
go off talking about things when they're mentioned, like we did a few times in this episode,
Yes,
with especially with Regulus, because I'm very passionate about him. So yeah,
I think we touched on everything.
I think so.
Um, like, share, subscribe, comment. We love your comments.
We
Please
love
comment.
comments. I got so excited. We got a comment on the Remus episode,
Yes,
and I was
yes.
screaming about it.
Wait, let me shout them out because
Oh yes,
they have commented on both of the things
they
and I
have,
love
and
them.
they seem very enthusiastic.
Yes, they're like, "Oh my gosh, I love this." Let me find their name.
I think it's like
The
fangirl or
the
something.
fangirl files 267. We love you. We hope
We
you're still
love you so
watching.
much. We hope you're having a great
Yeah.
time. If you have any requests, put
Yes,
them down below in the
absolutely.
comments.
Let us know.
Yes, well then,
Yeah.
this has been Marauders at Midnight. This is my favorite thing to
Yeah.
say. I love it.
It's so professional.
Oh, I know, right? I just think it's cute. And I love that I get to say it. And you do
Yeah.
the intro.
You're
Anyway.
taking my spotlight. Dude,
You're
I'm the star of this show.
the star. Oh,
I'm the
sorry,
star
Miss
of the show.
almost
Oh,
20,000
oh,
TikTok
oh.
followers.
Sorry, I thought the recording stopped. Yeah, no, I was just kidding. Haha.
Oh, yeah. Ha. Love you.
Just kidding. Love ya.
Love you too. God, this is awkward.
It's because we're Remus and Regulus kins. We can't express things properly.
I don't love you. I hate you.
I hate you
Hope you
too.
rot in hell.
Okay.
Okay.